This is Comino, the smallest of the Maltese islands, and home to the Blue Lagoon, a natural swimming area with some of the bluest crystal clear water in the Mediterranean. On paper this place is heaven on earth, but with the large amount of people flocking to the island over the past few years, it has definitely had a negative effect on this paradise, and some have even gone as far as to describe it as hell on earth. So in today's video we are heading over to Comino to explore what this island has to offer and find out what's really going on here. It's pretty hard to vlog in this car because this is as far as the camera goes. This morning we're off to catch the ferry. We've just stopped here at the supermarket. I'm going to get some food to take with us.
I got two types of Maltese galetti and Halloween, we call them.
That's the main ferry that we need to catch, and there's like this little marina here for all the yachts. Look at the water, how clear it is. Wow. Look at this little beach. Looks so nice. Might as well just swim here. It'll be easier. That's definitely the cutest thing we'll see all day. So we've made it to the ferry port. We need to walk all the way around here now, get a ticket and hop on this ferry. So these are traditional boats here in Malta with these colours like green, blue, yellow and red. 1, 2. What time we leaving, Captain?
Right now. You love Mandarin, sir?
Yeah, she loves them.
So we have made it to Comino, the tiny island that sits between Malta and Gozo. We came here with a boat. I think it was the first one this morning because as soon as we arrived here it was very quiet, and just now the first tourists have started to come. I'm so impressed that it's this busy in winter. This behind me here is called the Blue Lagoon. As you can see, the water is just impeccable. The colour is unbelievable. I know this is the busiest spot in Comino, so it can be a bit difficult with a lot of people. I know in summer it gets really busy, but you can't really complain, can you, with this colour of the water. So the boat that we got also brings supplies over to the island, and as you can see there are different stalls where they sell food and drink for tourists. So the plan for today really is to hike around the whole island, explore a bit, and then hopefully, if we're feeling hot, we'll jump in for a quick swim. We just felt the water and it's pretty cold, but after a hike in the sun, it's a lot more tempting.
We're so happy that we can call this our tiny home, and we're so privileged to have this beautiful color of the sea. It feels like we're on another island, to be honest, somewhere very touristic and very beautiful. So
we've started to walk around the island, and it's not just the Blue Lagoon that has this crystal clear water, because as you can see this side as well is just perfect turquoise colour. Feels like we're on a Greek island. But no, we're in Comino. As I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, only 2 people live on this island, but there's a lot of lizards, and Holly's having a field day. She's trying to catch them all.
As soon as you start walking, you quickly realize that this tiny island is very small. It's actually 3 kilometers squared, and from this bit here we can see the other part of Gozo. By now we should be professional hikers, right? But look at Chris. Look what he wore today.
But it's not that bad because there's these hiking paths all throughout the island. One thing we're seeing a lot of are these pineapples, and there's a reason behind it. So back when we were younger, Comino was mostly used in summer. There were a few boats that would come in winter, but there wouldn't really be anyone here, especially no tourists. So then in the Instagram days, someone decided to come to Comino and take a photo with a pineapple and the view. And that went really viral, and so many tourists are still coming until today to buy a pineapple and take a photo of the view. Although there were some bins where you can dispose of them, we're seeing pineapples all along the walk here as well. The pathway actually ends here, so we need to try and find a way around this building. So we've made it to the top of this hill now because we have to go around this building here, and this is the Comino Hotel. It's currently closed. As you can see, it's not in the best of shape. It's a 3-star hotel, never been there myself. Charlene said that she went there like 20 years ago, but I've got it all fenced off over here, so I don't know if they're going to be rebuilding it or something. So just like in Malta and Gozo, all along this island you'll find these little walls, and Maltese they're called haita seir. In English I think you just call it a rubble wall, and they build it by putting the rocks on top of each other. Some of them are really tall. So we've hiked around here, just on the main path really, and we're heading down this direction now to Santa Maria Bay, which is the other side of where we saw that hotel. We had to go the long way around because it was all fenced off. And Comino is such an interesting place, really. Back in the old days, pirates even used this place to attack gozos. They would come over from Africa, I guess, and they would use Comino as a base to attack gozo. And then after that, it was inhabited by farmers. There was about 150 people living here, I think, and then gradually they died off and the population just got smaller and smaller, and there's only 2 people left now.
So we might bump into them because the island is very small.
So far we've only seen tourists, and although it might get lonely living on an island, the fact that we're so close to gozo and you can actually see apartments in front of you over the sea, it gives you that feeling that you're not alone. Because we're inland now and we can't see the water anymore, it doesn't even feel like we're on an island. It just feels like we're an extension of gozo. Ainsilem, or Ala in the distance, one of the southern towns of gozo. Right, so we have just arrived at Santa Maria Beach, and to be honest with you, we are contemplating whether we should carry on hiking or stop for a swim here because it looks so beautiful. There's only 2 people here swimming at the moment, but the group have just been dropped off there by a boat. So, what should we do? Carry on hiking or we stop for a swim here?
Nah, carry on. Then we swim later.
That makes the most sense, to be honest, but...
Because otherwise, tishawat. In Maltese we have this word and it's called tishawat. That means that if you go in the water and then you start hiking or walking for a long period of time, it's like you get between your legs gets really red. It's like
okay, so that's not a good idea then.
Nah, not a good idea. I don't know the word in English though.
I don't know, guys, would you risk it for this? I'm thinking about it. So we've decided to go with the sensible choice and keep on hiking and leave the swimming until later on. And looking at this bay here, Santa Maria, it gives me so many memories of when we were young, but it was so different. I think this was a police station here. If I'm not mistaken, I even camped here as well once, but there's no campsite here anymore.
No, they removed it on the other side, I think.
Okay, so either that or else I'm confusing this with some other childhood memories. But it definitely looks so different. Keep in mind, up until today, we've never been in winter before, I don't think.
No.
Always in summer, so
usually it's packed here, and today it's very calm.
But saying that, there's still more people here than we actually expected for March time.
Surely. But the thing is that tourism here now is all year round. Back in the days, there was no Instagram, no Facebook, so people had no idea about Comino.
And now we just come in summer. And now even the boat operator, he said, yeah, we just run all year long. As long as it's good weather, we go. So the hike continues.
But listen, it's very, very dirty. Look at this beach here. Look at all the plastic there. And even in the sea, we saw patches of the sea that was filthy. I'm telling you, it's like you have places like this where it's really nice, but then you get to see plastic everywhere. So we really have to take care of our island. And even for you, if you are coming here, make sure to put all your garbage in the bins or else take it with you.
We've arrived at this little house. Maybe a farmer used to live here. There's a nice bench in the shade, so that'll do us for now. Let's see what's around here.
Like the good old days. Back in the days, it was very common to put some rocks here next to the wall, and it serves really well because you're always in the shade.
We've entered this large building. I think it's the old pig farm here at the end of the island. It's incredible how large this place is when compared to the island itself. It's all abandoned. But you can only imagine when this place was in operation. Crazy, right?
It's a shame, right, to see it like this. They should do something about this place. Not leave it like this.
Look how huge it is. Hello, anybody home? There's another farm at the beginning of the island, but it's very, very small. This one is just huge, absolutely huge. Look at that water tank up there. And this is what we came for. Look at this excellent view of Malta. You can even see as far as St. Julian's down there, where those high-rise towers are. So normally when you're exploring an abandoned place like this, it's normally all vandalized with graffiti and stuff like that. But because we're on an island here where nobody lives, it's pretty hard to get to. The pig farm is actually in good condition. When I say good condition, it's not operable obviously, and it's a mess, but there's no like graffiti and broken stuff and everything, just because hardly any people come here. I bet it'll be creepy at night though, really creepy. And finally, we have some wind coming from the direction of Malta. Put your jacket on.
Yeah, I'm feeling cold.
From now on I'm going to call Malta the country where winter does not exist. What do you think, Shaz? A good nickname, right?
I think today we saw hundreds of lizards.
Yeah, so
in
many.
Total. So many.
How many did Holly catch?
None.
None. She tried though, she tried her best.
Now we arrived at the tower, it's right behind me.
Currently under construction, as you can see. We're just past here, there's the beautiful blue water. And we've got a nice view of Malta,
yeah,
right?
There's Malta!
Chirkawa over there, all the way to Melliha. We've walked past the tower now and made it to the final bit of the island, and we're heading back to where we started, and we've just arrived at this large building. I think it's the only residence here. It must be where that family lives because there's some signs saying not to enter, and we've also seen some clothes hung up as well. Finally we found some life on this island. Look at this, it's a garage, look. Perfect fit. Toqtawek.
Ek jajdu? Jiena u kuġina u għedin t-najn bes fuq kemuna. Li residenti dejjem hawn.
Kemm ilek toqtaw issa?
Li ta' 70 sena.
Ħajtek kollha mela.
Ħajti kollha. Ħajti kollha.
Għal-kwiet.
Sabiħ, kwiet, sissa, ma nafu s-ħatiġi l-qoddim.
So we've actually just met this guy Salvu, who's been living here all of his life, and he's telling us how quiet it used to be before, and now obviously with tourism and more people coming here, it's getting busier and busier, which has good things and it has bad things as well.
Imma kemuna ma għadiex kwieta kif kienet qabel ta' u ħafna. U pineapple, se fissew fuq il-pineapple minn għalihom l-pineapple minn kemuna. Qed ngħidlek pineapple enormi, enormi, kuljum.
L-inti għaw twilit salf.
Propja Malta.
Malta.
Jien, wieħed mill-baċi ħana kiena l-taqaw s-tawa, missieri u ommi kienu għaw, kemuna. Għawnek kemuna kienet ta' wieħed sinjur zammit kutajar. U dak iż-żmien, żmien twililu jiġifieri fin-19 roughly 34, xi ħaġek. Dak iż-żmien kien irried ħaddiema miegħu kemuna biex jaħdmu r-raba biss kien hawn dak iż-żmien kien hawn xejn iżjed. Imbagħad bdew jaħdmu għaw missieri u ommi iltaqgħu għaw iż-żewġu għaw. U baqa bqajna ngħixu għaw dejjem, bekk ġejna aħna hawn.
Għatna tħajjat mollura fil-nies hekk.
U l-ġit mur dak iż-żmien jew dak iż-żmien kien sabiħ tant. Dak iż-żmien konna tfal niġru għalla safar u l-baħar nistadu qasna. Qed tifhem? Blu Lagoon weħedna. Weħedna aħna l-familji taw biss.
Titlaq.
Il-familji taw nomu hemm u naqbżu l-baħar fis-sajf u ma tara lil ħadd. Hello. Oh. You always go around you always find something to do. Okay. Ciao, ciao. Ciao. Ħaġa żgħira. Ciao għalikom. Okay. Ciao għalikom. Ciao.
What an amazing life. Whoa. Nearly slipped over. He mentioned that there were about 30 people, and obviously bit by bit people started having families, having kids and moving to the mainland, to Malta, to gozo, and everyone left apart from him and his cousin, who are the only two people here. And yeah, he's just retired now, enjoying life, but he did mention that it's changed so much in the last 10 years. He said that in summer they have about 10,000 people per day coming to the Blue Lagoon. most of them just to take the pineapple photo. And the funniest thing that he said is that most of the tourists most likely think that the pineapples grow here, which is really funny. But to be honest, we've been around the whole of the island, absolutely beautiful, and now we're gonna go back to where we started, to the touristic place, the Blue Lagoon, where they used to play as kids on their own, he says, which is unimaginable nowadays with all the people here. But now we're heading back and we're gonna see how busy it actually is. Keep in mind we're in March right now, so it shouldn't be too busy. I'm not expecting 10,000 people, that's for sure.
Oh my god.
Looks nice, but there's a lot of people.
We're in March and it's packed already.
Although it was pretty busy at the Blue Lagoon, we still managed to have an amazing time here. But we are conscious that this is most likely because technically we're still in winter. It's really cold getting in, but once you're in for a few minutes, it feels much better. Yeah, look at the water just quickly. It seems that 2025 could potentially be different though, because after several years of negative media and numerous protests by local activists, the authorities have finally promised to take action and plan to cut the daily visitors in half this summer, along with a total revamp of the kiosks. Only time will tell if this will help Comino regain its paradise status, but it's definitely a move in the right direction. Have you ever been to Comino? How was your experience and what did you think of this beautiful island? Whoa. Right, so we are back in the car. We are tired, we're thirsty, and we're going to go home. Really enjoyed it today, exploring around Comino. It was nice to meet Salvo as well, one of the residents there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and don't forget, drop a comment down below and let us know if you're enjoying the Malta and Gozo videos. Bye!